Hi, this is Darren Power from bettingschool.com, and I've made this short video today to tell you a bit about the Sports Arbitrage Seminar that I'm hosting on May the 28th in Coventry. This event will include one full day of tuition from Mark Jenkins and Chris Powell, along with 6 months of support from the guys to make sure you succeed after you leave us at the end of the day. Frankly, the guys want to keep in touch with you because one of the key reasons for teaching others is because the best arbs are found manually, and to make maximum profits you need contacts. Let me elaborate a little bit on that. Both the guys use software to find their arbs, and pretty much Chris relies on the software for his profits and spends his time in between arbs reading or pottering around his office. Mark, on the other hand, likes the excitement of tracking down an arb, and he has a small network of contacts that do the same. So whenever one of these guys find an arb that hasn't been spotted by the software, they get their own bet on, and then they get on MSN and share it with the rest of the team. Now, these self-found arbs are almost always better than the software-found ones, and they help to boost profits. And we'll show you how to find these arbs yourself. Mark is always looking to grow that network, and if you're successful, it will be an asset to his team. Of course, if you'd rather just rely on the software, like Chris does, to find your arbs, that's fine also. Either way, we'll be there to support you for 6 months after the event. So where are the arbs? Well, we're looking at worldwide events. Forget UK horse racing, we're looking at football, tennis, rugby, baseball, basketball. Two-sided events we're looking at. We want worldwide events where there's a difference of opinion between the bookmakers or the betting exchanges. We're not usually backing and laying, so two-sided events are the mainstay because we can bet on each team or individual to get our arb. The upcoming World Cup will be an absolute field day for arbers. There'll be hundreds of arbs, and there'll be lots of bookmaker offers to help people get started and build their bank in the beginning. So this is the perfect time to start, and that's the reason we've scheduled this event for late May. Attendees will leave prepared to profit from the entertainment this summer. So types of bet. Mostly there'll be two-sided bets, and even in the case of football where it's not two-sided, we'll use Asian handicaps to take the draw out of the equation and make it a two-sided bet. So the simplest sort of bet would be like a tennis match. Only two outcomes. Let's say McEnroe plays Borg. Perhaps showing my age a bit there, but let's say McEnroe plays Borg and you can bet both of them at 2.1. Well, then you're guaranteed a profit whoever wins. Because if you say have £1,000 on each, or £100 on each even, then whichever wins with £100 you'll get 110 back, and you'll lose £100 on the other one. So you make £10 whatever happens, and that's a little 10% arb. As I said, the Asian handicaps, they sound complicated, but basically the half goal in the Asian handicap just means that you take the draw out of the equation. So one team has to win and one has to lose. So again, it's a two-sided bet. Total points bets, these are bets on how many points will be scored in an event. They apply to things like rugby and baseball. And the bookmaker will set a line which will be what he expects the outcome to be, and you can bet that the score will be higher or lower. And these total points bets is where we get our middles and side bets, which are our free bets. And I'll show you an example of a middle that Chris placed recently just to demonstrate this. So hopefully you can read this screen. What this says is, it's a screenshot from LuxBet, and so Chris has bet that there'll be more than 43.5 points scored in this Sharks versus Cheetahs rugby union match, and he's bet $1,000 that there'll be more than 43.5 points scored. And then at the same time at Betfair, he's bet £293.53, which is about the same as the 1,000 Australian dollars, that the score will be less than 45.5. And what's happened is the final score is 20-25, which is a total of 45 points. Sorry. So that is less than 45.5, and more than 43.5, and that means so he set up his arb, which in this case did have a slight loss because he didn't wait to get matched at 2.0 on Betfair, and there would be commission to consider, so there is a slight risk with this particular arb, although you can often do it without no risk at all. But the outcome is that he's won both sides of his bet. So if it had not landed in the middle, he'd have been virtually break even. As it landed in the middle, he's made £569 profit because both bets have won and they were both around even money. On the day, Chris will show you lots of examples of these types of bets, and also the guys will show you how you can combine markets to make up a bet. So you don't necessarily bet on the same exact market with each bookmaker, you can combine bets together. And I know this might look complex, but it is really just basic calculations that you can do on any calculator. But also we've created some software for seminar attendees which will work out your stakes for you, tell you how much to bet, and it'll also help if you don't get all your bet matched, tell you how much to bet at the new stake, and that will be really useful. So I'm aware this video is running on a little bit longer than I expected, so I'll just quickly answer two quick key questions that keep building up. How much money will I need? Well, we recommend that you start small. If you make mistakes, you want to make them and learn with small stakes. If you have a big fund ready to use, then that's fine, but we would recommend that you start with a few hundred, you use your bookie bonuses to top that up, and then you work with the profit you make. And this helps with the confidence, and I think you'll be more successful in the long term if you build up slow. The other question that comes up a lot is, won't all my accounts get closed? Well, in the UK, any account that the bookies don't like will get restricted. But we're going to be betting on world markets with worldwide bookmakers. And these bookmakers, they're used to betting big money and they're prepared to back their judgment. If they've put up a price that they think is a value price, they're prepared to stand a big bet at that price. Mark and Chris have been doing this for 7 years each. Chris was doing it part-time for a lot of the time and still had a job and was still making £1,000 a week. Mark likes to work long days and, as I said, in his spare time, look for extra arbs. But they've both been doing it for 7 years. You know, this is not some short-term thing that's going to last for 6 months and then be dead. Some accounts will get closed, but these guys have proven that it's possible to do this over the long term. So just to close off here, we want to fill just 5 more places on this seminar. It takes place on May the 28th in Coventry, and there'll be 6 months support after the event, and hopefully we'll stay in contact, sharing arbs with you until the day we retire. If you'd like to attend, go to www.sportsarbitragesupport.com and you can sign up for one of those remaining places today.